There's a certain kind of pain that hides in plain sight. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't wear scars or leave obvious bruises. It hides behind the smile at a dinner table, in the carefully chosen words, in the avoidance of eye contact just a moment too long. It lives in the person who makes sure everyone else is okay but never says what they need. It's the fear of being seen. To be clear, this isn't just shyness. It's not social awkwardness or introversion. It's something quieter and deeper. It's the instinct to fold into yourself when someone looks too closely. It's the urge to edit who you are so thoroughly that no one can touch the parts that might hurt if they're exposed. It's self-protection dressed as humility. It's a survival strategy that becomes a prison. Most people who carry this fear didn't choose it. They were taught it, shaped by it. Maybe you grew up in a household where being vulnerable got you mocked, punished, or ignored. Maybe every time you showed emotion, you were told to toughen up, get over it, or worse, laughed at. Over time, you learned to curate yourself. You hid your pain behind performance. You polished your image until it was smooth enough to slip through the world without friction. But the cost was never being known. And deep down, never being known starts to feel like never existing at all. The fear of being seen is often born from early emotional wounds. Conditional love is one of the most dangerous teachers. If your love was earned only when you were perfect, quiet, helpful, smart, or whatever else made you valuable in someone else's eyes, then showing your raw, unfiltered self started to feel unsafe. So you learned to tuck away your flaws. You made yourself smaller, more agreeable. You built an identity on top of rejection, and that identity became your armor. But the thing about armor is, it keeps everything out. Not just the bad stuff. Love can't reach you if you're constantly ducking behind a WA. You might find yourself in relationships where you're always the strong one, the listener, the fixer. You stay invisible by being useful. You avoid real closeness because being seen, truly seen, means being vulnerable. And you were never taught that vulnerability was survivable. Many people who live with this fear become experts at hiding in plain sight. You might achieve, succeed, win approval, even gain admiration, yet feel deeply unknown. The image you project becomes a mask, and over time, even you forget what's behind it. You feel lonely in crowds, disconnected in conversations, restless in moments of quiet. Not because you don't want connection, but because connection now feels dangerous. This fear creates a paradox. You crave intimacy but flinch from it. You want to be accepted but fear that if someone sees the real you, they'll walk away. So you perform. You become what people want. You manage your personality like a public relations campaign. And eventually, you resent the people who love the version of you you've carefully constructed, because deep down, you know they don't really love you. They love the character you play. It's not your fault. This is how the mind protects itself. When emotional wounds are left untreated, we adapt in ways that allow us to survive. But survival isn't living. And there comes a point where the pain of being unseen outweighs the risk of showing up. Healing this fear is slow. It begins not with grand confessions, but with small acts of honesty. Letting someone witness you, not your highlight reel, but your messy, unfiltered self. Admitting that you're scared, that you don't have it all together, that you want to be held without having to earn it. Letting go of the mask, even if just for a moment. It's terrifying, but it's real. And real is what we're all starving for. This fear, this ache to hide, is not weakness. It's proof that you've been hurt, and you adapted. It's a deeply human response to pain. But you don't have to live in that fear forever. You don't have to keep proving your worth. You don't have to keep hiding your heart behind accomplishment or charm or self-effacement. You can let yourself be seen. Maybe not by everyone. Maybe not all at once. But by someone. By yourself. That's where healing begins, not in fixing yourself, but in facing yourself. Not in becoming someone new, but in coming home to the parts of you that were always there, just waiting to be allowed into the light.